Hello there everybody, so Bada92 aka Nightmare, and yes, we are finally back to Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney.
Oh, I've been looking forward to finally getting back into this series for quite some time. And since we've completed Pokemon XD,
this was immediately on the next, this was on priority, by the way.
But yes, we are finally back to the good old joys of Phoenix Wright.
Now, I do believe it is time for us to start our third game, but I will give a bit of a shout out to the artist of today's thumbnail for this series. Of course, SkydivingQuagga, with me doing whatever the fuck this is. So that's gonna be a thing. Anyway. Ah, that's right. This one is called Trials and Tribulations. Now, I will admit, I did like Justice for All. I actually really did. It had its own little cast of colorful characters. Maybe not as colorful as the original Ace Attorney, but they were all still pretty fucking good. As well as, let's bear, if I could have more Edgeworth, that's also great. As well as the Scion. Is it right for me to call a Scion? Call her the Scion of Von Karma.
Oh, prideful, foolishly voicing that foolish fool. Foolishly.
But anyway, it's finally time. Let's get started on Trials and Tribulations. Episode 1, Turnabout Memories. Oh. Get a bit of a Mia here. And is that a younger Phoenix? What the hell is that necklace he's wearing? Alright, let's do it. How did I get into this mess? Why did I do that? Phoenix and Edgeworth? That girl. You shouldn't see her anymore. Hey! It's none of your business. I'm telling you for your sake. If you continue to see her, it's going to be bad news. You're lying. Just listen to me. Wait, that's not Edgeworth. I don't think it is. You need to know about that girl. At least I don't think it is? I can't tell. Stop it! Don't talk about her like that! No, that's definitely not. That is definitely not at all, but... What? It wasn't me. I didn't... I didn't do it! What the fuck? Excuse me? Phoenix? Questions? I need answers to? 5 years earlier, Mia Fey second try... We're going to the past? Wait. Wait a minute.
Am I in the...
Am I in the perspective of me? The standard of how, like, a lot of cases start. Well, I'll be damned. If that's the case, this is going to be an interesting shift. Thank God I brewed some fresh tea over here. Okay, April 11th, 9:40 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. It's finally time. I'm kind of nervous. Oh, Mr. Grossberg, good morning.
Ah, Mia!
Oh, why are you here?
You're going to get yourself arrested for suspicious behavior, you know.
What are you talking about? I am relaxed, Mr. Grossberg. Look at me. I'm relaxed.
Let go of my lapels. You obviously haven't gotten the temperament to be a lawyer.
I'm so sorry. It's just that I'm so nervous today.
Oh, that's right. This is your first time in the big leagues, isn't it? Well, never you fear, my dear. I'm Marvin Grossberg. I'm at your service.
Wait, are you gonna be my assistant?
Actually, this is my second time in court.
Wait, what's the court record say? Proof of my profession, the first and last time I wore it was a year ago. Doug's okay, I'll look at that stuff later. I feel like so the person's name is Doug. Okay, wait. Why am I dead?
Still, you surprised me. What with your earnest request last night? Let me handle this case, you suddenly said, and quite forcefully too.
I just found out yesterday. About the case, I mean.
What? And you've already learned all of the relevant facts?
Well, about that, you see. I mean, of course I have. I think.
Oh dear. Well, in any case, don't let our client see you're so nervous. You see the poor young man in the pink sweater over there? That's our client.
Good morning there, everybody.
Good morning. Try to keep smiling, Mia.
I just wanted to say, I'll give it all I've got. Yep, it'll be fine. No problem.
Oh? What's wrong? Do you have a cold or something, Mr. Wright?
Actually, it's right. Like, the Flying Brothers. People screw it up all the time. And yes, I have a cold. That's what this mask is for. Also, you can actually see his mouth moving perfectly with that. That's actually pretty good detail. My doc says this way, I won't give it to anyone else. Be kind to others, he says.
Oh, right, Mr. Wright. You have nothing to fear in court today. If you are truly innocent, I promise I will save you.
Please, let go of my shirt.
Oh, that's right. He's the one on trial, not you. He's the one who should be nervous. You need to stay strong for your client, Mia.
Also, I think maybe since this is a bit of a younger Mia, I'm gonna. I mean, 5 years is not that big of a difference, but to be a little bit easier on my vocals, I'm gonna go for a little bit of a deeper Maya. I think that would probably work.
For right now. My name is Mia Fey. I'm still pretty new at this lawyer thing. The first time I appeared in court was a year ago. But that trial traumatized me so badly, I thought I'd never set foot in another courtroom.
Traumatized? What happened?
It's been 1 year since then, and well, here I am again. But this time I'm going to win.
This is so strange, but I kind of like it.
For my client, and for myself.
So, Phoenix is being accused of murdering some guy named Doug? April 11th, 10 a.m., District Court, Courtroom number 2. Oh! I'm on the other side!
Court is now in session. Phoenix Wright.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
What the fuck was that all about? Wait a minute, no. Am I seeing the perspective wrong? Also, is that you, Winston Payne? Is that you, my dude? You had hair! Also, you kind of have a weird little miniature pompadour thing going on there. I'll give you credit, you're you.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense today is Miss Mia Fey, was it?
Yes, Your Honor. Is there a problem?
I was under the impression that Marvin Grossberg was to be leading the defense.
Yes, well, you see, Mr. Grossberg had a bit of an emergency.
Emergency? But isn't that him standing there right next to you? No, that's not me. I'm your brother. You're my brother? I'm your brother. Oh. Get out.
Yes. Well...
You're just a rookie. Are you sure you can really handle this?
Don't let him scare you, Mia. Give him your toughest look. Of course, Your Honor. I think.
Well, Mr. Payne, your opening statement, please.
Well, I'm going to play with my pompadour and make it bounce. I can't believe a veteran like me has to spend his time babysitting a new defense lawyer. Don't worry, little girl. It'll all be over soon.
What was that all about? Was he trying to trash talk me? Also, interesting change of music. Then again, I've always liked the Ace Attorney music, or at least the soundtrack that they've got. I don't think anything's ever going to be able to beat the cornered theme from the first game. That is so goddamn good.
Now then, I'd like to proceed with a summary of events on the day in question. The incident occurred on the campus of Ivy University. The murder victim was a student named Doug Swallow. Doug Swallow what? Oh, wait. He was a fourth-year student studying pharmacology.
Swallow the pill. God damn it, swallowing pills. Fuck!
Well, it sounds like he was a very bright young man.
Yes, well. Next, we have a photo taken at the scene of the crime.
I see electrical wire and an umbrella. So, clearly someone seems to have cut the wire. And if I can further elaborate, he probably died from electrocution. Potentially.
Students discovered the scene shortly after the murder. They found the victim's body. And the defendant, who had obviously bungled his getaway. They then called the police.
That certainly makes the defendant look very suspicious indeed. Very well. The court accepts this photo and into the record as evidence.
Alright, crime photo 1. The crime took place behind an IVU building.
By the way, I can't quite tell the cause of death from this photo.
Your reputation for sagacity is well earned, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, what? Sega City?
No, sagacity. You know, never mind. The truth is that this victim died a rather unusual death.
An unusual death?
What do you mean, Mr. Payne?
Well, perhaps the defense would like to take this question.
I mean, I can imagine it was Fucking called it. Date and time of death on April 9th at 3 p.m. Cause of death was a fatal electric shock. Alright. Well, that was easy to tell. Huh?
A simple question. I thought I might loosen you up a bit. I'm a gentleman, if you will.
A what? Stand up to him, Mia. Show him what you're made of.
Perfect opportunity. Well, what was it?
The cars go on. My voice is it's very inconsistent. I'm not voiced all that often. Please say you know at least this much.
I'm so sorry. I didn't get a chance to read through the whole file.
My hemorrhoids are beginning to act up.
Now, see here. The details of the case are filed under the court record. But you knew that already, didn't you?
The court record. I think I can see that by pressing the R button.
All of the weapons we need can be found in the court record. Take a good hard look at the data there and think carefully before you answer, my dear.
Yes, sir. I'll do just that. Also, it's very interesting seeing Mia this way. Like, 5 years really toughened her up to becoming who she is. Seeing her, like, so nervous it's refreshing, kind of. Because, like, I guess I was a little bit under the assumption that she was just a born pro, but kind of seeing her in a similar situation to what Phoenix was, it makes her feel more human. At least that's what I think. I've got to stay calm. I can't let that prosecutor get the better of me. The court record. Okay, let's take a look. Press the R button here. Yeah, because, yeah, like, it's April 9th, 3 p.m. Now, remains the question, though. The only thing I could think of that would cause the thing to rip would potentially be the umbrella, but I mean, power wires, I mean, I don't think they're that flimsy. You'd have to put a lot of force just to kind of rip it down, you know what I mean?
Now then, would the attorney for the defense please answer the question? What was the cause of death?
Electrocution. According to the court record, it was a fatal electric shock. In other words, electrocution.
Electrocution? But how could such a thing happen? Did the murderer use some type of new super powerful stun gun, perhaps?
The answer to that will become crystal clear as this trial proceeds, Your Honor. But before that, there's one more vital issue.
What's that?
Why, motive, of course. Apparently, there was some bad blood between the victim and the defendant.
Interesting that we're getting more of, like, apparently Phoenix's history. So this is interesting. Bad blood? What do you mean?
Oopsie! I'm terribly sorry. You're the defense attorney, so you must knew all about it.
I'm going to ruin you so bad that your hair falls off in 5 years.
What? You shouldn't be stealing your spotlight like this.
I'm intentionally giving him the most annoying voice I could think of. I mean, I could give him the Whitey voice, but let's not do that. I really don't like this guy's smug attitude.
That's Winston Payne for you. Here's one smooth operator if you catch my drift. They don't call him the rookie killer for nothing, you know. Now then, let's hear from the defense. What was the source of the bad blood between the victim and the defendant? And this time, I would like to see some supporting evidence.
Evidence?
No need to get all worked up over this. As I said, all our weapons can be found in the court record. Find the evidence you need and then shove it into old Greybeard's face.
Hold on. Profiles. Here we go. Ooh, I see an unfamiliar face. Phoenix Wright, age 21. Third year at student Ivy University, currently has a cold. The victim. He was a fourth year pharmacology student at Ivy University. Phoenix Wright's girlfriend. What? I'm scared. Gonna take a sip of my tea after that one. Phoenix, you were dating somebody? Dahlia Hawthorne. Okay, already kind of potentially piecing things together. I can already have this potential theory that she might be the reason that he's dead. Well, I mean, she dated the victim Doug Swallow up until 8 months ago, so... And now she's suddenly dating Phoenix? So... Dahlia Hawthorne. Bad blood.
By the way, I heard you called me old Greybeard. Now you called me old Greybeard.
I didn't say anything yet. Yes, sir. Into old Greybeard's face.
Mr. Grossberg. Try to set a better example for the young lady. Mia, evidence isn't the only thing in the court matters are as well. You can toggle between profiles and evidence with the R button, so be sure to go over it all. I'm pretty sure normal people talk like this in normal life. Now then, let's see what you've got. What was the cause of the bad blood between Phoenix Wright and the victim?
It was Winston Payne!
Dahlia Hawthorne, is it?
Very good, Miss Faye. You seem to have picked up on at least this much. This woman is the girlfriend of the defendant, Phoenix Wright. But up until 8 months ago, she was with the victim, Mr. Swallow. Clearly, she has some part to play in this story.
Ah, he's done it again. Before the cross-examination starts, he's already got the judge thinking like he wants. Very well, Mr. Payne. Please call your first witness.
If it pleases the court, the prosecution would like to call Mr. Phoenix Wright.
What? The defendant himself. Well, Miss Fay?
It's fine. After all, Mr. Wright is innocent. Right? Well, I mean, it would be kind of weird if we were playing the role of a criminal the entire time. Although, that would be very interesting of a plot twist, in my opinion. The defense has no objection.
Very well. The court calls Mr. Phoenix Wright to the witness stand.
Well, this is gonna be awkward.
Witness, please state your name and occupation.
Oh, yes. My name is Phoenix Wright. My job is... well... right now, I guess I'm a suspect.
No. He means what you did do before you were arrested.
Oh! I was a university student.
Mr. Wright, tissue. You understand that you're suspected in the death of your...
But I didn't do it! I'm innocent, I tell you! I'm telling you I was...
Oh, good God. Would the defendant please refrain from passing on his code to the rest of us? My God.
Well, it seems the witness has something he wants to say.
Well then, Mr. Wright, please tell us about your relation to the victim.
Right away, Your Honor. This is gonna be weird. This is really weird. Oh, hold up. I am vaguely picking up on a motif here. I think I can hear it. I admit I was there. But I'm not a killer! All I did was find his body. I hardly knew the guy to begin with. I never even talked to that stuck-up British wannabe. Stuck-up British wannabe?
I see. So you hardly knew the victim?
Right, like I said, I'm not a killer.
Whew. Looks like the judge understands.
You're
being naive, you know. Too naive.
Huh?
Are you alright over there? You kind of sound like you're partially dying whenever you laugh.
It's a condition. It seems that you've forgotten one small thing, young lady.
And that would be...
This witness still has to undergo something called cross-examination.
Cross-examination?
He's right, and it's the defense's duty to carry out the cross-examination. The purpose is to determine if the witness's testimony contains any contradictions.
Contradictions?
Well, if the witness is lying, their statements will conflict with the court record.
But Mr. Wright is my client.
Even if he is your client in court, all lies must be struck down. As a lawyer, that is your duty, you see.
What does he mean by that? Is he saying that testimony just now, that there was a lie? A contradiction?
Now then, your cross-examination if you please, Miss Fay.
Please, Mr. Wright, tell me you haven't been lying. You called him a British wannabe. You wouldn't do that to me, would you? To be fair, we don't know each other at this time. So... yeah! When you say there, you mean the place where the victim was murdered? Yeah, sort of. The place where something happened anyway.
Something? You can't hide what happened. We have photographic evidence.
Anyway, Mr. Wright, what were you doing at the scene of the crime? I thought you said you didn't know the victim, Mr. Swallow.
It was just a coincidence. We bumped into each other by accident.
A coincidence, huh?
You say you found the body. So who called the police?
Huh?
Unfortunately, it was some of the students that notified the police.
Other students?
That's correct. There were witnesses. Witnesses who saw the defendant standing there next to the body in shock.
Well, already there's something missing here. The power lines are not shown here, and his body is laying in a different direction, and let's not even get started on the fact that there's a missing parasol.
What? Is this true, Mr. Wright?
Ow! Can you stop sneezing every time you're in a bind? Well, it's true that I was pretty shocked when I found the body. But I... So, you didn't know his face, or even his name, right?
Right! Well, no, that is, I mean...
So, which is it? Did you know him or not?
Now see here! You can't avoid answering the question by sneezing all day.
Well... I guess I did know his name. News to me? Why didn't he tell me that before? He's scared. I heard he used to date Dolly.
Who is this Dolly person?
Oh, yes, that would be the defendant's lover, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
You know, oh, right, I gotta say this. So, ironically, when I hear the word Dahlia, you know what it makes me think of? A black dahlia. I'm pretty sure people can kind of connect the dots there. But that's kind of what it makes me think of whenever I hear Dahlia.
Oh, I see. Ah, young love. So bittersweet.
But that's all I knew about him! Stuck-up British wannabe.
Mr. Wright, you stated the following in your testimony. I hardly knew the guy to begin with.
That's right! I mean, why would I even...
But that doesn't sound right. If you hardly knew him, then why would you say that the victim was a stuck-up British wannabe? Oh, shit. Well, Mr. Wright...
No, it wasn't me. I'm not a killer, I swear.
Mr. Wright, I will give you an opportunity to revise your testimony. How is it that you knew the victim was, as you put it, a British wannabe?
Yes. Well...
He was always walking around with a huge Union Jack on the back of his shirt. What now?
Did you see it at the crime scene? The Union Jack, I mean.
Yes, that's right. I saw it at the crime scene. That's why I figured he must love British stuff, see? It's true! Across my heart! I swear, I didn't do it!
He's acting fishier than the salmon I ate last night.
May I ask you something, Miss Fay?
Yes, Your Honor? What is it now?
Who is this person anyway? This Union Jack fellow?
I don't know.
The Union Jack is the name of the United Kingdom's flag.
Really? It is? Huh. I'm gonna have to ask my friends in the UK about that.
Oh, I see. So you mean like the Stars and Stripes, right?
As usual, Your Honor, your insight astounds me.
Hey, something just occurred to me. Isn't there something that's strange about this bit just now?
Mia, there's a contradiction here.
Mr. Grossberg!
Quickly now, show that boy you mean business. With evidence, I mean Union Jack.
So he was wearing a flag. Hold on. I don't see anything on the back.
Well, my dear, you think you can manage on your own from this point?
I got this. 1 year ago, I was in a courtroom just like this. I can do it. I can handle this myself.
You mustn't try to bite off more than you can chew, Mia.
I'll be fine. I know what I have to do.
Remember, you can always press him to get more information. Oh, and one more thing. When you're going to state a contradiction, make sure you present some definitive proof.
Okay, Mia, one more time. From the very beginning of his testimony. Oh, wait, I didn't mean to do that. I'm an idiot. I did not mean to do that. I am really sorry. Okay, let me try that again. If you can tell, it's been a very long time since I actually played this. Okay. Are you certain you saw the Union Jack? Yeah, I'm sure. It was right there on his back.
Miss Fay, is there some point to this line of questioning?
Your Honor, please take another look at the crime scene photo. As you can see, there's absolutely nothing on the victim's back. Hey, wait a minute! He's wearing a leather jacket! The Union Jack was on the back of the t-shirt he was wearing. I was under the impression that you accidentally came across the body. But if that was really the case, then you wouldn't know that, would you? You'd have no idea at all what he was wearing underneath that jacket. Mr. Wright, you've been lying to me. Please forgive me.
Mia, you made our client cry.
Let him! That P on his chest doesn't stand for Phoenix anyways! I can't believe I trusted him! Mr. Wright was all wrong.
That was an impressive bit of cross-examination.
Leather Jack.
Thank you for uncovering the defendant's lies for me. It's quite clear that this man did not simply stumble upon the scene of the crime.
Did I go too far?
By the way, Mr. Wright, you seem to have a rather bad cold. Have you taken any medicine for it?
Yeah, I took some, but...
Was the medicine that you took an over-the-counter brand called Cold Killer X?
Yeah, that's right. It kills colds real good. Hey, wait a second. How did you know I'm a big fan of Cold Killer X?
Would you happen to have that medicine with you right now?
Well, actually, I seem to have lost it somewhere. He lost it? Does this even have anything to do with the case? Wait, was it planted on the body?
Mr. Wright, shall I tell you where your cold medicine is right now?
Huh?
Your Honor, I'd like you to take another look at another photo of the crime scene.
What's this? In the victim's hand, it's Cold Killer X!
Also, let us look at that clock, shall we? According to that clock, I do believe it is, let's say 3:05. Potentially 3:03. No, that's probably 3:05. And when was he dead? 3 p.m. Okay. 5 minutes. If he was being electrocuted, there's a chance that his body would... Okay, somebody that's more science inclined, correct me on this if I'm wrong. I've only been electrocuted one time in my life. Like, legitimately electrocuted. And I remember... Potentially there's two things about it. One, I think I remember my body seizing up and freezing in place. So... Potentially he might have had that medicine in his hand whenever, at the time that he got electrocuted. But, there's also the possibility that it was placed there. Actually, bonus question, I wonder how an electrical current would fuck with his watch.
Objection!
Yes, but even I've got a bottle of Cold Killer X in my apartment.
I'm sorry, but I'm afraid that argument won't work. There's no doubt as to who this bottle of Cold Killer X belongs to. Especially since Mr. Wright's fingerprints are all over it. Sensing his murderous intent, Mr. Swell must have picked up the bottle of medicine, dropped by Mr. Wright and hid it in his hand.
Why?
His purpose in doing so can only have been to identify his killer as Phoenix Wright.
That or that was planted.
Order! Order in the court!
Your Honor, I'd like to present this.
Very well. The court will accept them into the record.
His watch stopped at the time of death. The victim's watch stopped at the time of death. Then that means the wait a minute. Wait, but that was at 3:05. So he didn't die at 3 o'clock. He died 5 minutes later. Okay. Covered in Wright's fingerprints.
Also, the victim's wristwatch was broken.
Broken?
Yes, it ceased functioning when a large wave of electricity passed through it. Well, Mr. Wright, do you have some kind of explanation for all this?
Hold on. Fortnite at 3 p.m. But he died. If it died the moment that he was electrocuted, then it was at 3:05, which means this autopsy is off by like 5 minutes. Well, that's a bit odd. Yeah, that's about 3:05, so there's something off about this. This is really bad.
Oh, my buttocks! My poor hemorrhoids!
What really happened? The truth is, I went because he called me. He was in the pharmacology department, so we agreed to meet at 2:45 behind that building. We talked for a bit, and then at around 3 o'clock, we split up. Then later when I went back, I found him lying there. I've been taking cold... Also, additional thing here that I just realized too. So, from that beginning cutscene that we saw, apparently I believe Doug was trying to warn Phoenix about Dahlia. So, maybe Doug realized what kind of dangerous woman that Dahlia potentially is, and he was trying to protect Phoenix. But, unfortunately, Dahlia potentially killed him with an electrical shock. With that parasol.
Mr. Wright, That's completely different from the testimony you gave previously.
Oh, God. Wow, fake sneezing really causes me to give hiccups. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I was afraid you wouldn't believe the truth.
You'll forgive me if I say I hardly find your current testimony more credible.
Miss Faye, please begin your cross-examination.
Oh, please, Mr. Wright, don't tell any more lies. Okay, here we go. I do like this different music, though. It's interesting. I like it. Had you ever met the victim before then? No, never! But that day, he called me up and told me he wanted to talk about Dolly.
And this Dolly person is?
My... it's kind of embarrassing. She's my, sweetheart.
Oof! What was that for, Mia?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I just felt like slapping something all of a sudden.
Dahlia Hawthorne was also the lover of the murder victim, Doug Swallow. Before she met Mr. Wright, that is.
So it was one of those nasty love triangles, I see.
Was it Mr. Swallow who indicated you should meet at 2:45? Yeah, and we were both there right on time.
You said the victim was in the pharmacology department, correct?
Yeah, he was studying how to manufacture and improve pharmaceuticals. Everyone called him the alchemist of IVU.
An alchemist? I see. You see, I have a brother at the moment. No, not you, Grossberg. He's missing an arm and a leg.
I gotta admit, it was a little suspicious. He had a whole laboratory and everything. It was filled with chemicals and strange machines that run on high voltage electricity.
Oh, how fascinating. He sounds like he was quite an ambitious young man.
What do I do? Maybe I should ask him for some more details? Okay, about the timing of the meeting. The timing of the meeting. So, you're absolutely certain that you met at 2:45? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. That's the time class ends. But they're always doing experiments, so it doesn't matter much. Experiments? Yeah, those pharmacology guys are always in the lab whipping up something. Well, looks like he's right about the time anyway.
Witness, let's go on with your testimony.
Actually, I'm not done yet. I want to ask a little bit about the lab. Let me see. I was wondering if you could tell us a bit more about the pharmacology department. Okay, sure. Not all that much, though. A little bit early in your testimony, you said something interesting. You said the department uses strange machines that run on high voltage electricity. That's right, and they sure look dangerous. They use non-standard voltages, so there are high voltage cables everywhere. High voltage cables? Yeah, there are electrical poles set up all around the building. The high voltage cables run overhead around the roof. Finally, I think we're getting somewhere. Okay. So, what was it you were talking about? You know. Then maybe we should hang out again sometime. Hang out again sometime? I wish that were true. Well, I know he's lying on that one. So, you say you went back. Yeah. That's when I found the body. Yes, but why did you go back in the first place? Weren't you angry with him? Well, that's right, I was. Then why, Mr. Wright, why did you go back there?
I thought maybe we could make up.
judging by the atmosphere, I'm pretty sure no one is buying this. It's rather unusual to catch a cold this time of the year, isn't it? Yeah, I always get a little careless when the weather starts to warm up. I guess I shouldn't sleep with the window open this early in the spring, huh? I suppose common sense is not always common. So, did anyone else know that you were taking cold medicine? Well, I always took one after meals. So, I'm pretty sure all my friends knew about it. Okay. On the day of the incident, what did you do for lunch? Huh? What does that have to do with anything? You can never be too sure. Well, I always eat with Dolly. Just the two of us. Dolly's homemade lunches are just the greatest. Her mini omelets are magically delicious.
Ouch! Why did you punch me in the jaw?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I just felt like hurting someone all of a sudden.
Why me?
I think that's enough for now.
So the defendant and the victim met at approximately the time of his death. And then the defendant returned to the scene for some unknown reason.
I'm not entirely convinced by his explanation about the medicine bottle either.
Let me be frank here, Mr. Wright. Your testimony cannot be trusted.
What do you mean?
Oh, yeah.
Are you okay?
No. I knew it was too much work for a little girl.
However, there is one mystery that still remains.
There is, Your Honor.
How the murder was carried out, of course. Just how was the victim electrocuted? I don't believe the murder weapon has been produced yet, correct?
Well, that is, you are correct, Your Honor.
This is so, I'm serious, this is so fucking cool, kind of having a perspective change. Oh shit, that's right. I've been told that there is like other games we get to play as Edgeworth. Oh, I can't wait to try those. So how exactly was Mr. Swallow killed? If I could somehow establish how it was done, maybe I could still come out of this mess smelling like a rose.
What?
We don't, well, we need more information before we can, hold on. Okay, we can't establish a murder, well... okay, I'm gonna go with my gut. I've already figured out potentially what could be done, but... fuck it, let's go. Your Honor.
Yes, Miss Faye?
I believe that if we were to piece together everything we've heard up until now, we should be able to solve the mystery of how Mr. Swallow died. Also, that grin, holy shit!
That would be most impressive.
Quite the brash statement coming from a rookie. But even a beginner like you must understand the basic rules of the court, yes? An attorney must be able to substantiate their arguments with evidence.
Of course I know that! Actually, I totally forgot about that.
Now then, Miss Faye, let me see what you got. Show me how you believe the victim was electrocuted.
This one? Here. This. As for the cause of death, I'd say this picture captures it quite well.
What? But there's nothing even remotely resembles a murder weapon here. I'm afraid the defense is going to have to explain this in a bit more detail. Miss Faye, where exactly in this photo is the murder weapon?
Why, it's right here, Your Honor.
Yeah.
Well, naturally, it's right here.
That's... What is that?
A severed electrical cable, I believe, Your Honor. Remember the testimony we've heard. That machines the pharmacology students use in their experiments require high voltage. And because of that, there are special high-voltage cables strung up everywhere.
So then, the high-voltage cable...
Yes, the high-voltage cable is the cause of death. That is the most likely explanation.
Well, that certainly sounds plausible. Well, Mr. Payne, what do you have to say about this?
Well, I believe some praise is in order.
Don't toy with me, old man!
What? No, shut up. Now, the victim's cause of death may indeed have been a high-voltage cable. However, I want you to think about what that really implies. The only one who had the opportunity to use the cable as a murder weapon was... the defendant.
Well, that much is certainly true.
Yes, and that's not all. We have proof. Proof? Irrefutable proof that will establish Mr. Wright as the murderer.
Wait, you do? Well, what is it?
His fingerprints. Fingerprints?
I'm sorry, fingerprints? You mean that the defendant's fingerprints were on something besides the medicine bottle?
Let's take another look at the crime scene photo. As you can see, the victim is wearing a leather jacket. As you may know, leather holds fingerprints quite well.
You mean...
Yes, it was quite clearly imprinted on the chest area of the victim's jacket. The palm print of the defendant's very own hand.
What?
I can only think of one way Mr. Wright could have left a print like that. Into the murder, he squarely pushed the victim towards a severed electrical cable.
Order! 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 That is enough! I think we can conclude that there is no reason to continue with this cross-examination. Well, stick a fork in us, we're done.
Mr. Grossberg?
My hemorrhoids never lie. The show is over, Mia. I knew that boy was guilty the first time I saw him.
Frickin' future Phoenix is like, the fuck, old man?
No! You're wrong! Mr. Wright is innocent!
What? No further evidence is required to convince me of this man's guilt. That's right, I'm ignoring everything. Wait, that's a bad idea now that I think about it. I might lose my license. Oh, no, that's a bad thing.
Your Honor!
At this time, I'm prepared to render a verdict in this case.
Thank you.
Do you have something further to add, Miss Faye?
Is this what you want, Mr. Wright? You still haven't told us the truth. The whole truth. If you don't say something now, the judge is going to hand down his verdict. But I can't. I just can't say it. If I told you what really happened, then I'd be... It's okay, Mr. Wright. I'm your attorney. You can trust me. Miss Faye.
Oh.
No matter what it is you have to say, I believe in you, and I'll represent you to the very end.
We've already established the defendant's guilt. There's no further need for him to say anything.
Wait a minute! Mr. Wright. I'll tell you what really happened.
But I've already told you, Mr. Wright. There's no need for further.
I did it. I admit it. I pushed him. It's my fault. My fault that Doug Swallow is dead.
That girl. You shouldn't see her anymore.
Hey, it's none of your business.
I'm telling you for your sake. If
we continue to see her, it's going to be bad news. You're lying! Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Stop it! Don't talk about her like that! There's something off about that, though. That's wrong. Nope, we've already gotten 2 things off to the bat here. No. There's something severely wrong with this. He's on his front whenever his body was found. You pushed him on the front, and he would fall onto his back. In that short window of time, he had to have been rolled over. Or, he stood back up, got electrocuted, and then died. So...
What you just said, was that the truth?
Yes. I was afraid. Afraid that if I told the truth, everyone would think I was the murderer for sure.
Well, as things currently stand, we're all absolutely convinced you are.
Please! Please, give me one more chance to explain. This time, I swear. I swear I'll tell the whole truth. It'll be okay, won't it, Miss Faye? I believe in you. Oh. Thank you? I still can't believe it. He really did push the victim.
It feels like my hemorrhoids are doing the Harlem Shake.
You just had to bring back that old meme, didn't you, old man? I'm gonna put you in a casket.
What?
Okay, here we go. Here we go. That guy. He was talking bad about Dolly. I lost my temper and gave him a shove. At that moment, I heard some kind of loud noise. A little while after I left, I started to get worried. So, I went back, but he was just lying there. Dead.
Well, that explanation is really quite simple. When you pushed him, Mr. Swallow flew back and touched the electrical cable. He died from the shock, and that, as they say, is that.
A simple explanation indeed.
At the time of the incident, a light rain had been falling. Wet from the rain, the victim was more easily electrocuted.
But when I pushed him, there weren't any electrical cables nearby. If there had been something like that, even I would have noticed it. That's true. Even a doofus like him couldn't miss that.
Miss Faye, let me warn you right now that if your cross-examination doesn't yield any new facts, I intend to deliver my verdict without further delay. Are we clear on that?
Yes, Your Honor. Don't give up, Mia. If he is innocent, there must be some kind of evidence somewhere that'll prove it. Let me see. Time of death at 3 p.m. 3:05. That would probably be what we need. Alright. Time to cross-examine you, me. Wait. So what kinds of things did Mr. Swallow say to you? He said all sorts of terrible things about Dolly. He said that she was a bad girl.
Oh my.
Huh?
Is that all?
Yep.
Well, Miss Faye, you heard him yourself.
Oh boy, you are not doing yourself any favors here, Mr. Wright. Please don't make this harder for me than it already is. Anyway, after he said that, I just... Can you tell me about what happened in a little more detail? That guy, he just said what he wanted to say to me. And then he put on the jacket he was holding and started to leave. That's when I lost my temper and flew into a furious frenzy. but there's no cables up here. I just gave him a light, gentle shove to the chest. And when you did that, there was no severed cable anywhere to be seen. Right! There was nothing like that at all!
But is it possible that you merely overlooked it?
Well, I mean, I guess it's possible. What are you doing? Don't let that guy steamroll over you like a cheap asphalt.
I believe what's important here is the moment the push occurred. Let's continue on with the testimony, witness.
Okay. A loud noise? And what would you say that loud noise was, Mr. Wright?
I'm not sure, but it was really loud. It was like, snap!
You know, come to think of it, I wonder what that was.
I need to call my doctor. Clearly, Your Honor, it was the sound of the victim being electrocuted.
You're not qualified to decide that! What should I do? I'm treading on some dangerous ground here. Mr. Wright, that loud noise you heard may be extremely important. So try to remember what it was. How do I put it? It was like a sharp crack. Ah! Could it have been? Yes? Could it have been? Hurry up and tell us! When I pushed him, he dropped the umbrella he was holding. Oh, that's what snow. He fell right on top of it, and it broke. That was probably the noise I heard.
An umbrella? Huh. And that umbrella belonged to the victim.
Yeah, it was a plastic umbrella. Cheap and frail, kind of like the owner. And again, I wish I had any kind of umbrella. I was totally soaked to the bone.
Miss Faye, what do you think? Is there something important in that testimony just now?
Well, it proves that that sound that he heard was not the electrocution, so... This is it, Mia. The new information you've been waiting for. Of course it's important. No, this cheap umbrella is more than important, it's vital. I want to officially have it entered into the testimony.
Perfectly fitting. Flimsy information for a flimsy lawyer.
The court agrees to the defense's request. Witness, please add the bit about the cheap umbrella to your testimony.
Yeah, let's try to... After I shoved him, he fell down on top of his cheap umbrella. Do you have any idea where he potentially got it? So, Mr. Swallow fell on top of his umbrella. And you are certain of this? Yeah, it was right there under him. It was right there under him, you say? Actually, if it hadn't been under him, I was planning on borrowing it for myself. The umbrella, you mean? Well, yeah, you see, I was wearing the sweater here. Dolly stayed up late for nights at a time knitting it for me. I didn't want the rain to dampen the handsome symbol of her love.
The handmaid. No, damn, my stomach is not to be so personal soccer ball, Mia.
I'm so sorry.
Continue on with your testimony, witness.
It was underneath his body. Okay, so I can present the photo to that. After you shoved the victim, did you leave the scene right away? Yes, I did. I admit it. I was furious.
You left without even checking Mr. Swallow's condition?
Well, yeah, but like I said, I got worried about him later. At that time, did you see anyone else at the scene of the crime? You're making me cough. Nope, nobody. Actually, fuck it, I'm gonna drink some tea. Jeez. Could that stupid cough possibly sound any phonier?
In that case, it's very hard to believe someone else could have been the murderer. Unless we can find something that shows his innocence from that testimony, my dear. I'm afraid the judge will make his final decision with no remorse whatsoever.
Yes, sir. Right now I need more info. Info that'll help me turn up some contradictions. Well, I already know what to do here. This.
Objection!
Why didn't you testify about the umbrella from the very beginning? Come on! If I had mentioned that, I would have been able to counter the prosecution's arguments earlier.
What do you mean by that?
Take another look at the crime scene photo. According to Mr. Wright, the victim fell on top of his umbrella. However, if you look closely, the umbrella is nowhere near the victim. Actually, it's by the electrical pole.
You're absolutely right!
The conclusion here is obvious. After the defendant left, the victim moved from where he fell. In other words, after he was pushed by the defendant, Mr. Swallow was still alive.
No!
Order! 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 The victim, he moved? Mr. Payne, the umbrella in this photo, where is it now?
Well, that was collected by the police at the crime scene.
I want it presented as evidence immediately!
Yes, owned by the victim, found broken near an electrical pole at the crime scene.
But the umbrella could have simply been blown there by the wind.
Objection!
No! According to the testimony, the victim fell on top of the umbrella. There's simply no way it could have been blown there by the wind.
I know this matter of the umbrella seems relatively trivial, but as long as the smallest doubt remains, I cannot render the final judgment.
Ugh, my throat! I'm in pain! Oh, this is going to be delightful coming back to this after so long.
I must say, I still find it hard to believe that a huge hole has been blown in the prosecution's case by the defendant's testimony.
Phoenix's testimony. The victim fell on top of his umbrella. There was a loud sound when this happened.
Well done, Mia! Payne, are you okay?
I'm in pain!
Well, I know you're Payne, but I'm kind of curious about your health. Mr. Payne, are you okay? What are you talking about?
Pardon me, Your Honor. It seems I was expecting too much of a free ride. It was foolish to think I could establish guilt through cross-examination alone.
I'm afraid I don't follow what you're saying.
Let me guess. You have another witness?
Exactly. And this witness's testimony will be incontrovertible.
Well, who is this witness?
Dahlia. Knew it.
Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
Dahlia Hawthorne? You don't mean Dolly?
I do, Your Honor. The defendant's very own lover is a witness to the whole thing. That's right. She was at the scene of the crime when the murder took place.
What?
Yeah, I figured.
I'm sorry to break the bad news to you, my dear.
Oh, I love this. Bad news? You couldn't be more wrong. Actually, I've been waiting for this.
You can't be serious.
Mia, what do you mean by that? I think this is a good point for us to stop at. Court will now enter a 20-minute recess. Afterwards, we will listen to the testimony of Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
Oh, this is going to be delightful. Alright, 11:52 a.m. Miss Faye, I'm sorry about what happened back there. It's alright. At least you told us the truth in the end, Mr. Wright. Yeah. So, I guess I can start to relax then, huh?
Relax, my boy! You can't be serious after hiding such important facts!
But the next witness is my dolly, right? She'll save me. I just know she will. She's gonna throw you under the bus. Why do you think that? Huh? What do you mean? She's the love of my life, that's why. The love of your life? Would you mind telling me more about you and Miss Dahlia Hawthorne? Sure, no problem. Dolly and I, we first met about 8 months ago, right here in this very courthouse. Eight months. So shortly after she broke up with Doug Swallow, she mysteriously started dating you. And then her first boyfriend just so happened to die. Wait, in this very courthouse? Excuse me? Actually, I'm studying to be a lawyer on the side anyway. One day, she and I just bumped into each other in the reading room downstairs. That's why I really think it was fate that brought us together. As soon as I first set eyes on her, I knew she was the one for me. Oh, here, take a look at this. She gave this to me the day we met as a symbol of our love. She'd been wearing it around her neck that day, but then she just took it off. But before she gave it to me, she said, I want you to carry this.
Oh, so she gave it to you as a present, I see.
Oh, this darling little bottle is filled with memories of my darling little dolly. It certainly is a little bottle, all right. It makes me so happy. I show it to everyone I meet. I want to share my happiness with the whole world. A small bottle necklace given to Wright on the day they met. He shows it to everyone. Anyway. So after that, you and Miss Hawthorne started dating? Yeah, but she's so shy. Every time I see her, she always says the same thing to me. Please give it back now.
What a strange girl, asking for a present back like that.
What? By the way, Mr. Wright, the day you first met Dahlia Hawthorne 8 months ago, it wouldn't happen to have been on August 27th, would it? Huh? Yeah, it was! But how did you... This happened on August 27th, right here in this courthouse. What's this? A newspaper clipping? She totally is like some sort of killer, isn't she? Let's see. Murder in the court... Murder?
What are you reading there? Let me see that!
Oh, I see!
Mia, I think I understand what you're trying to say. And I think I understand why you suddenly took such a keen interest in this case. You believe there is some connection between these two cases, am I correct?
An article from 8/28, almost 8 months ago. I hope you don't mind, Miss Grossberg. Mr. Grossberg. Okay, let's see what we got here. Very little information is being disclosed at this time, since the victim of yesterday's incident in the district courthouse cafeteria is said to have been a lawyer. However, police are questioning the 19-year-old female college student who was sitting with the victim. Is she just killing off law people? I need to finish this myself.
Ah, yes, but I'm afraid what you have will not be enough, my dear. I'll go down and have a look in the downstairs reading room and see what else I can find.
Thank you.
I want to do whatever I can to be of help to you, Mia. Well, it looks like recess is about over. We'd better all get moving.
I guess so. That recess sure seemed longer than 20 minutes, though.
Oh! To be continued.
Oh my lord, y'all have no fucking idea how good it feels to be back into this delightfulness.